Let's get back to thing number one here of the day and check in on the health of the consumer. Walmart is out with its latest earnings, and the retail giant posted a disappointing profit outlook, signaling a rocky year ahead after a strong holiday quarter here. We've been tracking shares of WMT here pre-market, and they have been lower. There's two things that jump out to me as you saw me even coming down here for the show. I was still listening into this earnings call just to get some nuggets of information for our viewers here that isn't directly called out within this earnings release. And there's two things that stuck out to me. One of them, you're going to continue to see persistent pressure on product mix shifts. So some of those areas of weakness that they talked about on the call were toys, electronics, home, and apparel. That could persist in the near term, depending upon where the consumers continue to place their priority in their purchase patterns right now. And then additionally, this is going to impact their sales growth. They're forecasting and anticipating sales growth at a lower rate here today. I think analysts paying close attention to that throughout this morning's report and some of what the company's chief executives are saying right now.
Yeah, this decline in earnings, for projected decline in earnings this year, will be the second straight year that Walmart has seen a decline in earnings. And all of this is sort of the legacy feed through of the company relying too heavily and ordering too much of what's called general merchandise, the non-grocery stuff. People not ordering it last year. Walmart just refreshing you guys' memories, having to cut its forecast, right, a couple of times to sort of catch up with all of those adjustments, and now figuring out where people go from here. The head of the U.S. unit at Walmart on the call saying that consumers are more choiceful right now.
Oh, yeah.
I guess that's a new word, choiceful. We're all being more choiceful in our in our grocery shopping and elsewhere, in our shopping generally, in our purchasing decisions. We are all being more choiceful in this environment.
When I'm being choiceful, I am saying no to a lot of things.
Yes, exactly. I'm saying I'm going to take this cheaper item.
Yes.
Maybe this private label item, this store brand item, instead of this brand name item. So seems to be part of what's going on. One of the reasons perhaps that we're not seeing the stock down quite as much as was earlier, there were a lot of questions because of this decline, this forecast that's disappointing about Walmart was still sticking to its long-term sales growth target of 4%. A UBS analyst on the call asked them about that, and they said yes.
Yeah.
Pretty simply, unequivocally, yes. So that might be sort of reassuring to investors.
There's some other interesting tidbits that came up on the call. This is a company that now has 400 million SKUs on its website. So that is a ton, to an exponential extent, of items that they've got in inventory that are listed. And it's not all, of course, all items that Walmart has in inventory. They are really drumming up this e-commerce platform to be just that, and a place where not only some of the third-party sellers can come to list their products, but that advertisers can come as well and see higher conversion rates on some of their products. And that dovetails into a fast-growing part of their business that actually could accelerate some of the margins going forward in this advertising business. But the e-commerce business right now is about an $80 billion business that Walmart has. So one kind of feeding the other major goal and initiative to really prop up some of those margins, even in the face of some of that deceleration on the sales growth itself.
Yeah, and one quick final note on that front. In its fiscal fourth quarter, average ticket was up 6.3%. Transactions were up 1.8%. So even though Walmart is keeping the value proposition for its customers, it is still raising prices, right? It's just not raising them so much, it seems, as to scare people off, at least not at this point.